Today, on April 7, we commemorate George, Bishop of Mitylene, repose of Tikhon, patriarch of Moscow and enlightener of North America, Venerable Jastin Popovich of Chelije, Venerable Sabbas, the new of Kalymnos. Saint Savvas the New is the patron saint of the Greek island of Kalymnos, where he lived during the last 20 years of his life as the priest and spiritual father of the nuns of the Convent of All Saints. Saint Savvas was born in 1862 in eastern Thrace. From his youth he had a calling for monastic life. He left for Mount Athos as a teen, where he entered St. Anne's Skid. He learned iconography and Byzantine music. After a few years, he traveled to Jerusalem for a pilgrimage to the holy sites, and there he entered the monastery of St. George Hazavito. After a period of being a novice, he was tonsured a monk and given the name of Savvas. In 1902, Saint Savvas was ordained a deacon, and a year later he was ordained to the holy priesthood. He spent almost 10 years in the desert by the Jordan, where he led an austere life and occupied himself with prayer and iconography. His dwelling consisted of 2 cells, which he reached by ascending up a rope ladder. This isolation was necessary for successful inner concentration and noetic prayer, and he made great spiritual progress there. Due to health reasons and the political situation in Palestine, which made life unsafe, Saint Savvas returned to Greece, where he searched for a quiet place to continue his monastic life. He traveled throughout Greece for 3 years, but could not find a suitable place. His prayers were answered when another saint, Saint Nectarius of Aegina, had asked Saint Savvas to come to the Holy Trinity Convent of Aegina and serve as a priest for nuns. Saint Savvas stayed at the convent for 6 years, from 1919 until 1925. During his stay at the convent, Saint Savvas had the opportunity to confess and received counsel from Saint Nectarius. After Saint Nectarius reposed, more and more pilgrims would come to the convent due to the growing reputation of Saint Nectarius as a miracle worker. This disrupted the quiet life that Saint Savvas loved, so he departed the convent in 1925, again for a quieter life. Saint Savvas spent the last years of his life as the priest and spiritual father at the Convent of All Saints on the island of Kalymnos. As a confessor, he combined leniency with severity. He was lenient on certain sins and severe to others. He remained an ardent spiritual striver until the end of life and practiced extreme forms of self-restraint with regard to food, drink, and sleep. Toward the end of his life, Saint Savvas was in a state of intense concentration and holy contrition. For 3 days he did not receive anyone, and he gave his last counsel, requested love and obedience in Christ. When he was on the point of death, taking his last breath, suddenly he received strength, brought his blessed small hands together, and clapped them repeatedly, saying his last holy words, "The Lord, the Lord, the Lord." He went to the Lord in 1948 on the eve of the feast of the Annunciation. After about 10 years, when the saint's grave was opened in accordance to the Greek Orthodox custom, a heavenly fragrance emanated from the grave. This was a testament to the sanctity of the saint. Numerous miracles and healings have since been attributed to Saint Savvas the New of Kalymnos. The name of Saint Savvas the New was included in the calendar of the Russian Orthodox Church with the blessing of His Holiness Patriarch Alexei II. The glorification of the saint was performed by the Constantinople Orthodox Church in February 1992.